Hi, this is Zach. I just got finished placing my mil-spec airsoft order again, and I don't mean the exact same, but very close to it. I got a new battery, just a spare for my M16, and the 3 pistols, one of each, so I have duals just for the heck of it. Also because they're very limited and they're very hard to get, and only him has it. So go to crazyNCman's channel, subscribe over there, watch his videos, and get them from the store if you like them. And I love them. I got them working with my charger, so my smart charger. Just a little bit of advice though, and I don't recommend doing I don't recommend doing it yourself. You need a professional. I did it with the multimeter and checked it and everything. Don't recharge these more than 0.5 amps. If you charge them a little bit faster than that, I didn't go very much higher. I was 0.7 to 1.0. It recharges really quick, but the thing is it gets really hot. I pulled it off the charger as it had already said full, and this was when I was in the room, so the charger automatically knows when something is too hot. I guess it just turns off. It wasn't too hot to touch, but you could see a little bit of steam, and it wasn't like smoke. It could have been, you could probably suggest it's smoke, but the battery is still fine. It still works. I shot it plenty of times, and so the lesson that I learned is I knew kind of you couldn't charge it too fast, because on those DC chargers they're really small, and they go for the smaller voltage. So so I figured I'd start out small, and then I worked up, and that's how I came to the 1 amps, and then that happened, and it was like quickly, so it wasn't something that damaged over time. Don't worry, it works. That's all I need to pretty much say. So basically I decided, well, I'll use 0.5 amps, tested with that, perfectly fine, but to get a really good charge you use lower amps because it fills up the thing really well. So I put it at 0.3 amps, and that's what I would recommend if someone ever did that. But please, again, I don't recommend, unless you're a professional, to rewire it, because you have to do it with a multimeter. You're going to have to know the cords, and if you don't know that stuff, you shouldn't be doing it. Okay, so yeah, the battery's great. Went out, shot my pistols, and I ordered right again because I noticed on his website how many he has left, because you can check your cart and also put how many quantity, and I was just like, okay, he doesn't have that many left, I better get them right now. So yes, they don't have blowback, but come on, they're very awesome. You may see in a couple of years some better ones, but that's going to be in a couple of years. I don't think I want to wait a couple of years, so I went ahead and did it. A few things. The magazine, yesterday when I was opening it, the magazine, one of the new ones, it's not with the gun. I pulled it out, and I was getting a screwdriver to tighten them all the screws on the inside of the magazines, because I follow his videos, and crazyNCman suggested they come out real easily, you better screw them in, and he is darn right. When I pulled them out, I screwed them all in real tight, and one of the new magazines, when I pulled it out, was missing a screw, and I looked at it and I said, oh shoot, that sucks. But I knew it wasn't a part of NCman's, it wasn't a part on him, it had to be the manufacturer, basically because it was already in there like that, and I wouldn't blame somebody for that. But I got lucky because I knew that there was a screw that looked exactly the same, because I worked on Xbox 360s and I keep screws, and that black little screw is on top of those CPUs and GPUs, and you can pull that out, and I didn't need them anymore because I applied the proper fixes my way, and so I was able to screw it back in. But here's where I knew it was more the manufacturer's fault, of course, because I already figured it was, but more proof on that side. You try to screw it in, and it wouldn't go in. And so I was like, okay, but it looks almost exact. I pull out another screw. They looked almost exact. And so I tried the screw from the magazine, an extra screw from the magazine somewhere, just pulled it off and put it in there, and it wouldn't go in either. So that means that on the manufacturing line, oh, screw doesn't fit, just sell it. But luckily me, I just kept doing it until I stripped it and get it in there, and I made it fit, and it's hard as heck now, magazine. So happy with that, got that working, no problem. Yeah, so not much more to say than that. Happy with what I've gotten in crazyNCman. If you ever watch this video, thank you so much. I love doing business with you. I love these pistols, the fact that I don't have to go with gas. I hate gas. Paintball, no, I've done too much. So this makes it nice that it's just a battery, put it in. And I wish that you had more duplicates, more quantities of this. Being out of stock sucks because I want to just have extras, you know. But having multiple pistols will make that a little bit easier if I'm not going to use all of them at the same time. It's just nice. I like all of them. The build quality was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Upon opening some of them and looking inside the pistols, some of it looked like the plastic would get real thin. At some point I was like, that might crack, but then I looked more at it closely, and where it got thin was it was really hard for them to put the mechanical stuff in there. So when something like the Desert Eagle one has that metal hammer that goes at the top and you put it down, it actually covers a lot of the spots that are thin plastic with metal. So because of that, it's still in very good condition. I mean, if it gets shot from an angle, it's not going to do anything. Checking the ABS plastic on the Glock, I was very surprised because as I went down to look at it, I thought, you know, it seems kind of thin, but then when you feel it, I think that those are pistols that are going to last a long time. Other than maybe if you jam them yourself or mess with them. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm very careful with my stuff. So yes, thank you, crazyNCman. You are cool, awesome. I'm glad to get something like this. And I would be shooting them out right now on camera if I didn't want to make people upset and wake them up and do whatever. Yeah, it's early in the morning. Don't want to do that. But yesterday I did shoot them all, and I was very happy. Just great things. They're just really great little things. Other than that, I guess I'm going to go. Thank you again. I was glad to do business with you, and I'll definitely keep doing business with you.